welcome back to the channel. So it's been a fair while since we had a look at the saltwater aquarium. It's a bit bare, which is sort of why I didn't want to give you guys an update on it. The two clownfish in there are doing absolutely amazingly, but at the moment it's just sand, purple rocks, saltwater, and the two clownfish. That's a fish only system. It's not a nano reef, and I want it to be a nano reef. So today we are going to be getting that tank absolutely loaded with corals. When I look at that tank, I want it to be filled with colour, filled with life, filled with movement, and today we're going to try and achieve that to the best of our abilities. However, we're not going to be getting corals at a local aquarium store, we're not going to be travelling, we're not going to be leaving this spot. We're going to get corals from the comfort of our own home, right here, right now, online. And I want to show you guys just how easy it is to pick up some phenomenal corals online, because I know that there always is that bit of skepticism in terms of buying fish online or buying corals online. I've got to say, I've had amazing experiences with it, so I want to share that with you guys as well. We're going to head to my favourite and hopefully our favourite online aquarium store, livefish.com.au, to purchase some really cool corals. Now, livefish.com.au have a really extensive freshwater range, but they also have a phenomenal saltwater range as well. So not only are we going to look at corals, but also possibly fish that we could add to the nano saltwater tank as well. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, but before we get into it, as always, let's thank the traditional custodians of the land that I'm filming on, the land that you guys are watching this video on, and also the really amazing people that manage our land, like our ocean rangers, like our border force, and really amazing people like that. So a massive thank you to them, a huge thank you to you, and without further ado, let's get to online shopping for some really cool corals. Okay, so yes, costume changes happen. Look, it happens in every video, don't judge me on it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going down into the corner, I'm going to show you this screen that I'm looking at front and center, so you can follow along with me and we can, I guess, shop together on the website. But they do have a really extensive freshwater range, but today we're not here to look at that. We are jumping onto the marine range. So in here, livefish.com.au do both sell marine products and marine livestock. So we've got like marine fish, live coral that we're going to look at a moment. And if we just quickly have a look, you can see just how massive the range is. We've got different types of fish like wrasse, butterflies for larger tanks, some more of the predatory style fish like the clown trigger, and really cool additions like that. We might have a bit of a sneaky look at fish and see if we can pick up anything, but we're going to jump right into the corals. Now, I sort of have my eye on what I want to get. I was looking a little bit before we, before we got into making this video, and like I said earlier in the intro, I want to make sure that there's a lot of color and there is a lot of movement. Now, we can see here that there is a crazy selection of both SPS corals and LPS, and also soft corals as well. So I am a big fan of the euphyllias, so like the torches, the hammers, the frog spawn. But one coral I've had my eye on for quite a fair bit is this really beautiful Tracky Coral, and there's a few different color variants as well. I just want to highlight some of these individual corals before we get into the coral pack, which is what I've got my eye on. The reason I say that is because when we see all of these corals here, they are what you see is what you get. So that means whatever you're seeing in the picture is the exact coral that's arriving when you receive it. And when we just have a closer look at the trackies that I opened here, so, for example, this one here and both this one as well, they're 3 centimeters. So you can see the little marking indication here. So just that little bit is 3 centimeters. So when we look at this, so like that's like 3, 6, 9, I'd say this is about 12 centimeters long and easily about 9 centimeters wide. So that is a huge showpiece coral for, you know, anything like a 4 foot or 6 foot saltwater tank that you're setting up. That's a beautiful showpiece coral for $190. I think for a big Tracky like that, that's probably about like that big. That's like the size of my face. I think that's an absolutely amazing price considering how much corals are worth. And something like this is like 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. That is like this, and that's massive. But what I'm mainly interested in today has definitely got to be where is it? Oh, the custom coral pack. Because this pack allows me to customize my very own, allows me to customize my very own package of corals, and it's sort of like, you know, different for every single person based off what their interests are. So looking based off this, we can customize and add to cart. And we can see here that if you're wanting to just get some corals, you can get some for as low as $16, and for the entire pack, it's like close to $500, and that's more than enough to fill out like a 3-foot saltwater aquarium. So when we have a look here, I definitely am a big fan of the frog spawn. So do I want to go for the assorted or green? I feel like the green might be a cool idea because we can have like this really cool toxic green type color. So I'm going to go for the green for the time being. A big fan of torches, but I have heard that torches aren't exactly the most beginner friendly, and I definitely will be getting a torch. It's going to happen, but I just want to get some experience with a bit more easier corals first. I definitely also, where's the elegance? 100% adding an elegance. I love elegance. They're like one of my favorite corals at the moment. Fluffy morph. Definitely adding a fluffy morph. Right. There's a few other corals that I've got in mind, but I'm not going to spoil too much now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hunt around, look a little bit more, see if there are any new additions which come into play. I'm going to make my decision properly. And then, so you can see these are 3 corals I'm definitely getting, but I definitely want to add some more to that list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to add some of these corals. We're going to wait until they arrive and see how they settle into the new saltwater aquarium. So I hope you enjoyed some online shopping. Make sure that you still stick around because the video isn't over yet. We're going to wait for these corals to arrive, all right? I want to see you soon. Bye. Alrighty, Bodgies and Widgies, I love doing that, but so that was the online shopping done, and as you'll see, the saltwater aquarium is actually chock-a-block full of corals. It's got the colour, movement, and life that I wanted, and I was going to show you the unboxing portion, however, I no longer have that footage. That was on my old Sony camera, and I know in the last video I made, I did say that I was experiencing some issues with it. That isn't the case, and I think that I should just let you guys know what the truth is. The camera was in fact stolen. I no longer have it. I didn't want to say it there because I was just a bit uncomfortable. However, I think it's better if I let you guys know. It was just a series of unfortunate events. I no longer have the camera. Some kind-hearted person decided to take it, and there's a whole debacle with that, but don't want to bring it too down. However, the coral's doing really well. To explain how they were actually shipped though, as always, Lifefish has the best shipping and delivery and everything of that sort. To explain how they actually arrived, the corals did come with an ice pack. So, when you buy tropical fish, you might notice that there are heat packs in the box. Now, with this, they were actually cold packs because corals need to be kept chilly. Along with that, each of the corals were individually packaged on either a rock or a frag plug, which means you can easily add them to your aquarium. You don't have to worry about them floating around or anything of that sort. And also in the bags, there was some activated carbon. This really stood out for me. I don't exactly know why, but it just shows you that extra effort that they put in. Because at times when corals are stressed, they can release toxins or things which could pollute the water. To make sure this doesn't happen and the corals don't intoxicate themselves, there was some carbon which was included, and that pulls in all of those toxins. So that was just a really cool extra effort, and I want to give them a massive thank you and just a hats off for doing that as well. So the corals are in here, but I think we should have a look in a bit more detail to see what corals I actually ended up getting, because I did kind of leave you guys on a cliffhanger. So let's have a look. Right, so let's get a closer look at these corals. The first one that you'll see front and center is this beautiful Elegance Coral. This one was only the $25, which is what we saw. Oh, you see the sneaky little fish there. Okay, so that was the Elegance Coral. It's
probably about 15 centimeters long, I'd say about 10 centimeters wide, and it just shows you just how much of a huge coral, whoa, geez, huge coral that is, and it's opened up, it's thriving, it's doing really well, and I love feeding this thing. So if you want to see some more coral feeding videos, let me know. From there, I believe that is a Duncan Coral. This was something that we didn't see whilst we were online shopping, but it was updated a little bit later. And I love that coral as well. It's very anemone-like, and I just love the green and that sort of texture that it has with it, I guess. From there, we move to this very, very beautiful fluffy morph. And the surprising thing about this is about 3 or 4 weeks after I had it, it actually split. It just, broke a piece off and it split. And that's the one that we see here. That attached itself to another rock. I've just got it there for the time being, but I think I might move it here and, get it a bit more where the light is shining because it is in the shade. Then we move to this beautiful green frog spawn, or the Bodgie coral, and you'll see just how open it is. This coral is doing really, really well. I think I might have to move the positioning because it's very close to the Elegance, and I have noticed at times there is a bit of coral warfare that happens, but I think we just might have to bring it a bit forward or move it across to the side. Nevertheless, it is a beautiful, just huge moving coral, and for the price that I got it at, I think it's absolutely amazing, so I would highly recommend that. From there, we've got the final coral that I ended up getting, and that was this beautiful blue morph. So very similar. So that one is a fluffy rhodactis or mushroom species. This one is in the same family, and it is very, very nice. I think the shade sort of takes the colors out a little bit, but if I describe it, it is a beautiful sort of like cream blue with these very awesome sort of light orange or almost like pink sort of speckling and blotches running through it, and it's a very, very beautiful specimen. But if you've got to ask my favorite out of these, definitely got to be the Elegance, which is why I've got it displayed front and center. You may have noticed the little sneaky fish that I also got, and it was this bicolor blenny, which is perched up on the intake of my hang-on back filter. That's where he loves it. But yeah. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed that coral video. I'm sorry that you couldn't see the unboxing. I hope you guys don't mind, but it would have just been me taking out the corals that were fully retracted and just showing you their skeleton. So it wouldn't have been that interesting either, but yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a, a different one where I'm not just showing you the corals, but showing you the process that I went through to actually get them and guide you as to how you can get some corals as well. So definitely would recommend it. If you've got any hesitations, I say just throw them in the bin. Buying corals online, especially from livefish.com.au, has been amazing for me, and the point that I'm filming this is actually a month and a half after the corals arrived, so you can see just how well they've settled in. So yeah, definitely no issues with there, and the fact that I was able to get all of these corals for under $100 I think is really, really cool as well, considering the size of that Elegance coral. So would highly recommend. A massive, massive thank you to livefish.com for sponsoring this video. They did give me the corals for free, however I don't receive like any payment to shout them out or promote them in any way. I think that it's just something that I have to do because the fish, the corals, everything I've got have been amazing. So yeah, a massive, massive thank you for them, for supporting me, for supporting this channel. But of course that wouldn't happen without you guys, so a massive thank you to you for watching. Let me know your thoughts about more saltwater videos, anything that you want to see. If there's specifically something you want to know about this tank, let me know and I will answer all of your questions 100% in that comment section. So yeah, massive thank you as always. Stay happy, stay safe, stay Australian. Bodgie out.